Okay, so there was one time when I was really little, I was on the bus and I was looking out the window and it just started to pour down rain. And I think I was in about like 4th grade, so I was pretty young. And I was like deathly afraid that when I got off the bus and had to walk home, I was gonna get struck by lightning. Like, I don't know why, but I thought I was going to. And ever since then, I've been so afraid of thunder and lightning. And my name is Abby, by the way.
I'm Eleanor.
I'm Daphne.
I'm Frank.
I'm John. What weather do you guys feel the most comfortable in?
I personally feel the most comfortable in sun, like the sunny weather. I'm an extrovert, which I'm also a lion, by the way, and I just think that really makes me enjoy and love the sun.
Yeah, to be honest, well, I'm an otter, which means I'm extroverted and definitely a feeler. And I think that, I just love the sunshine. It makes me feel really happy and I feel way more motivated in it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel a lot more motivated during the summer and the spring. In the winter, I just feel sleepy and more depressed, and I can't get out of bed.
I personally love the rain. I think rain just kind of sets a mood that's, I don't know, it just feels more comfortable to me.
I am an owl, and I am introverted, and I prefer the snowy weather as my weather.
That's really interesting because I had this experience with thunder and lightning where I hated thunder and lightning. Do you guys have any challenges or feel certain discomfort when you're in weather that you absolutely hate?
To be honest, last weekend during the football game, I was miserable. I was wearing jeans and I was so bundled up and my clothes were completely drenched and it was family weekend, so my family came and they wanted to stay the whole game, so I was just sitting there miserable in my wet clothes. It was dumping rain. I couldn't have an umbrella. I was just completely miserable, and to be honest, I think that my clothes are still in my laundry hamper wet, so really not my vibe.
No, yeah, I totally agree with Eleanor because I went to the game and I was completely soaked. Like, all my clothes were wet and my socks were wet, even though I was wearing boots.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable. I couldn't take off my clothes, after because they were sticking to my body.
Oh my god, yeah.
I really hate the snow and ice.
Oh, me
It's
too.
really horrible to walk in.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Yeah,
overall.
I also hate walking to class in the rain. Like
It's getting in my
makes me
face.
not even want to go. Like,
Same.
what's
It
the point?
ruins your makeup or
Yeah.
just makes your clothes wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Going in the rain is it's not fun.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
My interviewee, he is a lion and he's extroverted and he prefers the warm weather.
That's interesting because the psychologist I interviewed told me that extroverts really prefer warmer weather compared to introverts. They prefer colder weather.
It's funny you bring that up. I was just reading a source that was by the European Journal of Psychological Assessment. Neither rainy nor sunny weather had a significant influence on neuroticism, extroversion, or agreeableness. Conscientiousness ratings collected on rainy days, however, were not significantly different from those collected on sunny days or days characterized by mixed weather conditions. Although this seems pretty straightforward and pretty well thought out, I feel that within their studies and research, I feel like they missed some weather conditions that really don't bring in the full picture. I feel like they missed the rain and winter, and I feel like they really missed out on an opportunity to close in on a better answer.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense because, all studies have limitations. Even though this is a very reliable source and it may have some accurate details, I think that it might not be fully accurate because I personally am an extrovert and I love the sun. So,
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people feel that way. Like I said, I feel that way as well. And the person I interviewed kind of explained that she feels so much more motivated when days are longer and sunny and just kind of ready to get up and start the day. And though she might not directly feel like she's experienced seasonal depression, she feels like she needs to end her days earlier and she just feels way less motivated on shorter, darker days.
Yeah, it's interesting. According to the article, season affective disorder by the National Institute of Mental Health, it says people may start to feel down when the days get shorter in the fall and winter, and begin to feel better in the spring with longer daylight hours.
To get up and do things, not even like just like go outside, but like there's not much you can do in those crappy weather circumstances. I feel like there's so many more things that are available when it's nice out and not crappy out, and I feel like that really, really just makes a big difference in what people prefer as well.
No, yeah, like the only thing you can do is like go to the mall
Yeah.
when it's raining, or
I mean, and stay inside. And I
And
think
stay
that's
inside,
also
yeah.
why introverts prefer the rainy weather, is
Yeah.
maybe because it's an excuse to stay inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I've dealt with seasonal depression myself. In the winter, I feel really down, but I still like the weather, like especially the snow. I love snowboarding, but I just feel like unmotivated and less like energized.
No,
Yeah.
I totally know what you mean. The other day, I was walking home from class because I have kind of later labs sometimes, and it was already dark out, and I hadn't even ate dinner, and I was like, I'm just gonna go home, eat dinner, and go to bed because it's dark out, and I felt so unmotivated. I just didn't want to do anything for the rest of my day.
Well, have you guys ever heard about light therapy? Apparently, it exposes you to the same vitamins that sunshine gives you during winter months when the sun isn't out very often.
Honestly, yeah, I've had some moments where I feel really, really like seasonal depression is getting to me. Kind of like Abby was saying, I feel like it's really hard, especially as college students, because you want to spend your day completely motivated and completely like take advantage of all the time. But it's really hard when you walk out of class and you feel like it's too late to go to the library or to go to the gym or things like that. It makes it really hard, especially in Washington, because we've really struggled with that. Also, light therapy is so cool because I actually have one. And I've had one for about like 2 or 3 years now. And I think it's been really, really helpful. And yeah, I honestly would really recommend it.
I was actually reading an article. It's by Medical News Today by Jocelyn, and it was talking about those sun lamps. It says that people commonly use sun lamps, also known as SAD lamps, to treat a form of depression called seasonal affective disorder. These lamps can also help a person make vitamin D, which helps ensure the specific body functions run smoothly, which I think is really cool because who knew that this light could make your body develop vitamin D?
No, yeah, that's really cool. But the psychologist I interviewed told me that it can be pretty effective for some people, but some have said that it doesn't help their seasonal depression at all. So I guess it varies person to person.
Yeah, I think it's honestly really interesting, the idea of it. But
Maybe it'll work. You should still try it.
I think
yeah,
I'm going to try
I think
it.
that I would really recommend it because it's been really helpful for me.
Yeah.
I think we all can agree that personality has a huge impact on whether you prefer and ultimately affect your answer to whether you feel the most comfortable in.
Thanks
for
listening.